division directors, area directors, club leaders, and my fellow Toastmasters. How are you all doing on this beautiful Sunday? All of you, please use your emoticons as much as you can, or your hands and gestures if your cameras are on. So I am Toastmaster Swetha, your Sergeant at Arms for today. So all of us have some small little goal and some big goals that we want to achieve. Today, I'm going to teach you one small exercise so you can achieve the first step in that goal. So I'm going to ask all of you to stand up in your places. All of you, please stand in your places. Stretch as high as you can. All of you stretch your hands as high as you can. If you can't touch your feet, please touch your feet or your knees. Both are okay. Okay, so all of you then can take a seat. Please sit down. Now, I'm going to ask all of you to look towards your right, towards your left, up, down, up, down. Now faster. Up, down, faster. So this is your first step, saying yes. Yes to new experiences and yes to new learning. So you all have already taken the first step to saying yes to today's new learning. So welcome to the contest orientation judges and chief judge training. Before we start off, we have a few ground rules. All of you, firstly, please mark your attendance. Avoid unwanted gestures and please mute yourselves if you are not playing a role today. Please put your phones on silent and switch them off. And please do not do that if you're attending this meeting on your phones. And in this region, we have a few taboo topics: sex, religion, and politics. Please avoid speaking on those topics. Our Toastmaster mission is we empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. And our district mission is we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. For every meeting, we have somebody who has to take it forward. Today's Master of Ceremony is somebody who's been a Toastmaster for the last 4 years, president of Westford Toastmaster, and also an assistant CGD to Division E. Let me welcome our MC for today, TM David Isaac, to take our meeting forward. Thank you. TM David Isaac, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, this is so cool. This is really, really cool. I think this is the first time I got an immersive background over here, so it's quite fun. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to the contest orientation judges and chief judge training. Are we all excited? Are we all ready to go? There are 98 people over here, 97 excluding myself, because I'm already very excited. Can we have a spam in the chat? Are you all ready, excited to go through? So who's going to be the first one going to type yes in the chat box? Okay, we are getting there. We're getting there. Come on, come on. Let's go. I think we see future judges over here. The energy is buzzing. Okay, okay, okay. This is amazing. This is amazing. All right. I think everyone is very much interested to be a judge over here. So I think we can wrap the ceremony up. Let's go. Now, today is going to be a wonderful day, a wonderful afternoon with amazing trainers, respected senior Toastmasters who are coming on board to grace us with their presence and enlighten us and educate us, most importantly, on how we are going to do this judges training over here. So thank you so much to the District 127 for having me over here as your MC or as your Master of Ceremonies who's going to take this forward in this wonderful segment in my lovely chair. So I think we're all doing good. We're all ready. And I think you guys are all going to have fun. But to remember the most important thing, our SAA, Toastmaster Swetha, said, do not forget to fill out the attendance sheet when it comes on board. We really need to mark your attendance and you too getting that opportunity. So our first part of business, our first energy. Does anyone know in the chat what is the first thing I do when I'm the Master of Ceremonies after getting everyone to call on board. Someone, I call upon someone. Can anyone guess in the chat who am I going to call up first, so to speak? Not really. Oh my God. Toastmaster Faisal. Okay. Toastmaster Anu said invite the invite the district director. Anyone else? Who is the first person to call? Okay, surprise, surprise. The drum rolls, virtual drum rolls. We are calling upon our district director, the one, the only, DTM Dr. Abdul Sattar, to kick the proceedings. Round of applause to him.
Thank you very much, Davis, for that wonderful starting and introduction. How are you all doing today in this evening? Give me a thumbs up.
We're all amazing.
Thank you very much. So when I first was a president of a club, I was struggling to do what we are supposed to do during a contest. So there were lots of paperwork, there were lots of things to think about, the trophies, the venue, the judges, the tiebreaker judge, the timer, the tally counter. So many things were there. And we were so confused how to go about it and how to come up with solutions and how to manage the last minute cancellations. That's when one of the chief judges came to us and guided us from top to bottom. That was one of the best chief judges we ever had. Not that everyone gets the same support and the help. That's why we thought of having this. First, we discussed that we'll have a physical judges training, which stretches from morning till evening with hands-on workshop and all that. But then we have lots of colleagues who is not able to attend physical meeting. And there are some of the areas that is not in the physical vicinity of where we are. That's why we thought we'll have an online session as a judges training, a chief judges training. I'm sure all of you are going to benefit today's judges training because we have a wonderful session by DTM Sharon that is coming up. He'll tell you all about how to manage a contest. Then the judges training is by DTM Ramesh Menon. And we'll be also learning a lot of things about how to become a chief judge from none other than the big B, DTM Balaji Nagabhushan. And all this thing is supervised by our district judge, none other than the district DTM Tharyan. Good evening, my dear PQD, CGD, the PRM, all the division directors, all the seniors in the crowd, all the division directors, area directors, club officers, members, guests, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon once again. And let's move on and start this wonderful session. I'm sure everyone will become masters by the end of this session. And thank you very much, David, and over to you again.
Wow, wow, wow. What an inspiring, what an energetic. Thank you so much, District Director. But I think he gave the surprise away on who is going to be totally not the agenda presenting to everyone on a regular basis over there. But we are yet to have someone on stage to speak. Could we have a big round of applause to our program quality director, DTM, Dr. Muniba? Could we have a round of applause for her over here? Come on, there's 107 of 6 of you, excluding myself. I'm already energetic. For DTM, Dr. Muniba, could we have a round of applause for her as well? I see, Dr. Muniba, you have a lot of people cheering for you over here. We have a lot of people in the chat as well. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster David, for that wonderful introduction. Respected District Director, DTM Dr. Abdul Sattar, my CGD, DTM Harish, PRM Toastmaster Gazel, leaders of District 127 and members of District 127, a very good afternoon. It said, surround yourself with people whose eyes light up when they see you coming. I'm not sure like whether your eyes light up when you see me coming, but I'm sure my eyes light up when I see you coming. So that's why I always love to surround myself with District 127 members. And definitely this occasion when we are connected online, not face to face, I would love to extend my heartfelt gratitude for all of you for attending this training. No matter what era it is, falling in love is something that young people, no, not only young people, everyone love to see and hear. No matter what day or time, not even a Sunday afternoon. Learning and training is something that Toastmasters look forward to. So welcome to Contest Orientation Judges and Chief Judge Training. How many of you have read or watched Harry Potter? I'm sure most of you have at least heard about it, about Harry Potter. You might think Harry Potter is the greatest wizard, but actually he's not. His friend Hermione excelled academically. His friend Ron was a master strategist at chess, and their headmaster Dumbledore was the greatest wizard of all times. Yet it took all of them together to defeat the dark and the evil and the powerful Voldemort. Though he was the best, Harry's bravery, his loyalty, and his love for friends was something that couldn't be measured. Yet that made him very remarkable. But there are some things which can be measured. Academics, for example, if you answer correctly, yes, you get good marks. In games, you're judged by the points you score. These criteria help you to know how to study, how to prepare, and how to win. In Toastmasters, we have also contests where both what you say and how you say it are assessed. And if you understand how you will be judged, you can prepare to deliver your best performance. The people who judge aren't strangers. They are your fellow members, those who go through thorough training to learn how to assess the speeches fairly. And this judges training is designed to help anyone, whether you plan to be a contestant or you plan to be a contest judge. And even if you don't see yourself in either of these roles, you can still help your fellow Toastmasters by understanding the judging criteria and sharing it with them. Because we all support each other, we all win, just like Harry and his friends. So let's dive into this training today and let's learn how we can all help each other to bring our best to the stage, whether we are contestants, judges, or supporters. And before I hand over to David, our awesome MC, I would love to announce the pattern of area contest we are planning this term. It will be like a contest theater. Dr. Swetha, will you be able to share the screen with the... Yes.
Seven contests in the each. Huh. Yeah, I think
You
we
all
can.
see the screen?
I think we can.
Yes. This is the way we are thinking of having area contest this time. We are planning to have the area contest. There will be 7 contests, morning 7 and evening 7 at the same venue. It will be like a contest theater, or it will be spread over 2 weekends to celebrate. This has been planned. The venue has been fixed. We'll be having 7 area contests in the morning and 7 area contests in the evening, all at the same venue. You can pick and choose where you want to see contestants contesting, and you can all support the area contest by being a contestant or a contest judge or a supporter. And with that few words, I would love to hand over the screen to our awesome MC, Toastmaster David. Thank you.
Now, wasn't that amazing? We started with Harry Potter, then we got some insights on how the area contest is going to be, and we got some wonderful, wonderful snippets of information from our PQD. Now, could we just have a round of applause for her? Like, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on my screen so far, but I'm sure everyone else will be rounding applause for our wonderful program quality. But before I carry on, there is one more person I really need to invite on stage who can be the showstopper over here. Without further ado, could we get a lovely, 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 lovely excitement in the chat and on our screens? A round of applause for our club growth director, DTM Harish Krishnan. Could we have a round of applause? Woohoo! DTM Harish, I don't think we can hear you. Can you say something? Hello? No, we can't hear you. But I think they can hear me.
Yeah, because I was unmuted. Muted, yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, MC David Isaac. Good evening, Toastmasters of 127, my family, fellow district leaders, district director, Dr. Abdul Sattar, program quality director, Dr. Muniba, and all the fellow leaders of district, and the brilliant panel of trainers and the district Toastmaster, Alexander Tharyan. What an afternoon we have today, right? Now, as a person who have done a lot of judging roles in the past, I want to just draw an analogy here. What is in us for being a judge, right? So I just wanted to say, see, there are two concepts. There are two types of people in the world. One are the givers and the others are the takers, right? We take a lot of things from Toastmasters, and we add to our success, add to our personal stories, add to our growth everywhere. But there is also a giving aspect of it. So what I see that givers are focused on others, while takers are focused on themselves, right? Givers ask, how can I contribute? Takers ask, what is in it for me? So the differentiation goes. To me, being a judge or helping the Toastmaster community flourish and grow, judging is something which we do to help or give back to the fraternity. And I think this is a brilliant opportunity for all those seasoned, matured, well-disciplined Toastmasters to give back so that our fraternity thrive and grow. And, it helps more and more people, to become effective communicators and leaders. And I'm deeply, I feel very happy to be part of such an excellent organization where we are also giving back to the community. Now, while District Program Quality Director Dr. Muniba, she's running this whole event, and I think she has not taken any chances. She has chosen the best of the best available in the district to get this running, so that after delivering we feel that sense of contentment that okay, we never spared a single effort in giving the best back to the people. So I personally feel let's all use this event. I would also recommend even the contestants to come in so that you know how the judges think. So you don't have a problem that, oh, I was judged like this, I was judged like that. No, everything has a metrics, and this is something which we all should value and appreciate. And I look forward to a great event this evening. And all the best to all the contestants. And I hope we have a great session today. Over to you, my dear MC, David Isaac.
Unmuted. So that's brilliant. Thank you so much, DTM Harish, for that. Now we have our district trio who motivated us, inspired us, and educated us. Can we just get a chat going, just saying like thank you or like a thumbs up in the chat, just to show our appreciation to them? See, this is an online meeting over here, so we have to show our appreciation some way or another. And I think in the chat box is the best way. Could we just get a thumbs up over there for our district trio who made this event so much possible? There is 115 people over here. Wow. So come on, we're getting the numbers going. Let's go over there and see the chat, the audience, the Toastmasters over here are showing your appreciation to you, District Trio. Thank you from my side, speaking for them over here. Now, let's get on board with our district judge, DTM Alex. Now, before we get started on his address, we should get to know him over here. So, DTM Alex is a chartered accountant with more than 30 years of significant experience in finance. He has been a partner in EY Dubai, covering finance transformation and compliance practice across the Middle East and North African region. He has a keen interest in the role that the CFO plays in achieving business goals. DTM Alex has been a Toastmaster for over 14 years. His home club is Emirates Toastmasters Club. His interests, other than finance and Toastmasters, include painting, trekking, and traveling. Could Zoom Master, could we just have DTM Alex next to me in this wonderful setting over here? Okay, that's brilliant. So, DTM Alex, my question, really one question I want to do it to ice break it for everyone over here, all 115 people, excluding both of us, is just to know, understanding the sense of music and song. So, DTM Alex, who is your favorite singer, and currently, what is your favorite song? Just as an icebreaker for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, so I've been in 30 years in a profession, so you can estimate my age. So it has to be somebody in the past that I really like. It's David. So Elvis Presley has always been my favorite. And my wife and I were hearing Wooden Wooden Heart the other day. So that's one of the favorites from Elvis Presley. It goes ages ago. I think you weren't even in your parents' mind when that was being aired. So thank you so much.
No worries, we have another. I enjoy Elvis. Jailhouse Rock is one of my favorite songs as well. But we are lovely to meet you over here. So you can have the stage over here. Zoom Master, please teleport me back to my seat over there. Thank you guys, and DTM Alex is over here for you.
Thanks, David, for that wonderful introduction. It's a pleasure and honor to be the district judge, whatever that means, but I'm getting to know that role better. And thanks to the district leadership for having me here. Thanks to DTM Satar, DTM Harish and Muniba, and TM Wenzel. I think this is a great sort of endeavor to bring our members up to date in terms of judging, in terms of contests. Contests are the core part of Toastmasters, and we all know that. Everybody is excited to be in a contest, to give their best, to become a better speaker. They join, be part of the contest itself. But TMI itself has set certain rules and regulations to make the contest fair, to be precise, and to enable the best speaker is the winner. And in order to do that, it has set up judges, it has set up other role players, your timers, your tally counters, etc. And then, of course, the overarching role of the chief judge. And this session brings to light the role that they play, the kind of effort they have to take, the rules they have to follow. TMI has put in very, you could say strict rules, which it's published on its site in terms of contests. We need to adhere to those rules very, very diligently. It's also got a lot of FAQs there, so all of you attending this can go and read those FAQs, providing circumstances of controversy and how that can be addressed as well. So this session and the role of the distinguished district leadership is to provide guidance around contests. And I would encourage all members, whether they're contestants, whether they're judging, or they've got a role player like a timer or a tally counter, to sort of take keen interest in understanding what our speakers, DTMs Balaji and Ramesh and DTM Sharon, are going to talk about. Maybe make notes, ask questions. At the end of it, there will be a session on that. Some of the questions we can answer right away. Some of them, DTM Muniba has said that we'll put them together and they can be asked directly to the district leadership, and we can answer through a call or some sort of an email and so forth. Bear in mind, the District 127 and its the previous district of which we are part of has some very senior DTMs that have conducted contests as a chief judge and judges. They may or may not be on this call, but do reach out to them to get clarifications as you go through the process. Newer judges and newer chief judges would have challenges, but I would recommend discuss with our DTMs, and a whole host of them in the district, refer to them, consult with them, and obviously you can consult with the district leadership and myself. So that's the real objective of having this training, having this session, getting people together as a community to ensure that we know the rules and how exactly contests are conducted. I like the analogy that DTM Maniva gave of Harry Potter. I'm a fan of Harry Potter, and I've seen a lot of it with my wife and my son. And I feel collectively we can have the magic, we can make magic and get the right thing done. Fair play is important. Respect for each other is important. I think bear that in mind as you go through this session, as well as when you take part in the contest season, that commences immediately after. All the very best, and back to you, David.
You're muted, David.
See, this is the thing. Anyone who's doing online, you would have to face that issue of forgetting to unmute yourself. Please don't worry about that. It's a everyday hassle. We've been in Zoom for 4 years. We were in Zoom for 2-3 years as well. So it's fine. No problem. But thank you so much, DTM Alex, for that intro. And we are ready to kick off. Are we ready, all 116 of you on stage? Are we ready to kick this off? Yes, no, thumbs up. I see the nodding heads, but what about in the chat? Come on, 170. Are you ready to kick this off? Yes. Okay, we got one over there. Let me go look over there if people are there. Yes. Okay. Okay. I think we can do this. We are ready to go. We are ready to start our first session of contest management. That's very important, actually. I'm telling you, when I did my first contest, organizing a contest, I really did not know what to do. But through the guidance of the mentors, I figured it out. And that's what all of you will be learning over here. To take this forward, we have DTM Sharon. Who is DTM Sharon? Who is she? Her intro follows through. While on a sabbatical from work, Toastmaster found her. She is a passionate Toastmaster for the past 8 years, past Division L Director for District 105, awarded the Outstanding Toastmaster for the District 105 in the year 2020, and Best Division Director for the year 2022. Currently serving as the Ethics Committee Chair for District 127 and Vice President Education of an advanced club, Let's Advance Toastmasters Club. Zoom Master, could we please have DTM Sharon next to me in this wonderful office space we have over here? I think I got a thumbs up also. That's amazing. So amazing, everyone. Welcome, DTM Sharon. Welcome to the David Isaac or District 127 talk show on this wonderful setting over here. My first question before we kick started, DTM Sharon, who is your favorite singer or your current most played song?
Most played song? No, I don't usually say listen to the one song over and over. I just keep listening to the what do you call that? Nowadays, I've gone out of that habit actually. We just listen to all the reels that they have taken over our time.
No problem about that, real enthusiast. But what about your favorite artist? Who can you tell to 115 people?
The voice range of K.S. Chitra. She's a Malayali playback singer. She is my all-time favorite.
The more you know. So, with the power vested of me and the Zoom Master, we leave the stage to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. And let me just, before I start, let me try sharing my screen. If somebody can give me a thumbs up, if the screen is visible. DTM Alex, if you can just show me, I can only see you. Yes. Okay, you are there on my screen. So if anything goes wrong, please alert me. Thank you so much. So good evening, good afternoon, District 127. Welcome to the contest management training for the year 2024-2025. Now, as you see on the screen, the contest season is like this, you know, it's actually glamorous, where you already see old stars still shining bright with that luster and new stars popping up with a lot of other things happening in that galaxy. And that's why I'm always excited when the contest season starts. And very soon, District 127 is starting it, November onwards. So what a better timing for a contest management training. Today, I'm going to talk about how we can manage it. While all these stars are performing on stage, there are many people who work behind the scenes relentlessly. And if they don't do their work, those contests won't happen so seamlessly. So we are going to meet who are going to be those people and how are they going to manage with behind the scenes. So this is for the benefit of everybody. I hope everyone can benefit from this small session. It's a 15-minute session, so we won't be going into detail, but we'll definitely be sharing this particular slides, the PowerPoint presentation. This is actually courtesy of District 121, but we have modified it and customized it according to our needs. So there you go. I give my due credits. Now, what are we going to cover in this 15 minutes? So we're just going to have an overview of how we are going to go about it, how to prepare for this, and what all we need to know what all we need to look for during the contest. Now, the first part, overview of what the contest is all about. Now, District 127 contests are happening. The main important thing that we have to note this year is from the area onwards, division and the district, the mode will be only in person, physical. At the club level, the club has they have the right to decide whether they want to do, especially for online clubs, if they want to do it online or physical. But there is no hybrid contest. This is as confirmed by our district PQD, DTM Muniba. So, and as usual, we'll have all 4 categories: evaluation, table topics, humorous, and international speech. Since the area contests have been roughly decided around to be happening in February, in the month of February, the clubs are required to finish their contest before early February. The month of March will be the holy month of Ramadan, so we might not see much of activities happening or contests happening. And all the division level contests will be in April. It starts in April 2025, and the district contest will be happening in May 2025. So this is the overview of what is going to happen in the next few months. Now, the reference for all the contests. This is the foundation. This is as mentioned by our district judge, DTM Alex Tharyan. This is our Bible. This is speech contest rule book. Where this year's rule book, we have shared the barcode as well. So if you want to scan and download, this is a must for every club. Scan, download, get a printout, keep it at the contest venue. And if you want, you can even give it to your chief judge. This is because it has anything and everything, all the answers to your questions. Now we come to who is going to do all the work. There's a lot of work that we know. Now, who's going to do all this work? So the man or the woman of the hour is the person called the contest chair. The person who's going to chair the contest. We've heard this word a lot, but in this part of the region, it's been used differently. But let me try and change the vocabulary, the meaning this time. Let me clarify. There will be a contest committee for each club, people who are in charge of conducting the contest, and the person who's going to chair that committee, that is the person who will be in charge of the contest, the entire contest, and that is the contest chair. Not the person, not the contest master who is in charge of one segment of the. So let's try and clarify this once and for all. So the contest chair is the organizer of the entire contest for that club. And who will be the contest chair? Now, this is a question that everybody will face, the club will face. VP Education, we think, will that be enough? So maybe the VP Education wants to participate. Who else? Maybe the president, even a senior member of the club can take it up, or a senior member who wants to take it as a project in pathways. Anybody can do it with the help of, with the guidance of someone senior or 2-3 committee members, and anyone from the ExCom can also help them. So there is no hard and fast rule about who has to be the contest chair, but there are some, they have to do certain things. Now we'll get into that very soon. Now, the contest chair is a person who will be responsible for all the aspects of the contest which happen before, during the contest, and even after the contest. Now, the only eligibility for that person must be, he or she must be a paid member of a club. And once you are the contest chair, you will not be eligible to compete in any contest that is held during that same event. I hope you all understand what the contest chair is all about. Now we move on to what the contest role entails. Now, that's just like all the phases in life. We have phases of contest. That is, first is the preparation phase. Then comes a briefing, then the contest, and the post-contest. Now, the two important people, first person I explained is the contest chair. Once the contest chair decides who is to be the chief judge, that is the most important decision, I would say, because this has to be done at the beginning of the contest. A person with whom the contest chair can work hand in hand, glove in hand, so that, you know, they should have a good rapport. They should be liaising with each other so that in order to appoint the other role players. Now, what does the contest chair do at the preparation stage? That is, first, definitely appoint the chief judge, and also appoint contest masters. And then, what does the chief judge do at this point? Once the chief judge is appointed, they appoint the chief judge, along with the help of the contest chair, appoints the judges, also appoints the role players like the timers, tally counters, sergeant-at-arms, all those other role players. Now, the briefing for the contestants and the contest master happens it will be actually overseen by the contest chair. The contest chair will be the person who will be supervising the draw of lots, etc. But the briefing for all the other role players, the judges briefing, the timers briefing, the tally counters, sergeant-at-arms are all done by the chief judge. The contest is being managed while the contest is happening, it is managed by the contest chair. It is monitored by the chief judge. At the end of the contest, the participation certificates, winner certificates, announcements are all done, printed and given to the chief judge. But the chief judge manages the protest, announces the winners and the results. So this is a brief idea of the two main superheroes of your contest. That's the contest chair and the chief judge. Now let's move a little bit more into the preparation stage. Now we have just started with the preparation. First and foremost, you need to understand what is the budget that you're talking about. There are a lot of expenses that are going to happen. So keep in mind, you shouldn't overspend. It should be, you can have a talk with your ExCom and get an idea as to how much money is there to spend. Otherwise, you'll have to talk about sponsors, etc. So our objective is to break even. Once you have the budget in mind, then you talk about the agenda, the program. How are you going to plan it? Are you going to have it on the same meeting day, or on the meeting day itself, or are you going to have it during a weekend in 2 phases, etc.? These are things that it is up to the clubs to decide, depending on it is depending on how you look at it, how comfortable the contestants are or the club is, the ExCom as well. They also come into picture. They can also have a say in all this. And then we have to think about the logistics. We'll go a little more deeper into all this. The first one, as I said, the budget. Now, these are some of the items of expenses that is going to happen during a contest that you can actually foresee. The winner's trophies, the certificates, the mementos. If the club is online, the online platform license, the venue charges, the food expenses, all this is there. So plan according to your income and ensure that you have all the bills are paid promptly, and you submit the originals to the treasurer. Now, after the budget is finalized and you send it to the ExCom and tell them this is what you're planning, the contest committee, which is being chaired by the contest chair.
5 minutes left.
Yeah, thank you. Now the program schedule. The most important thing is deciding on the date, when you want to do, the time and the venue. Now, who all have to be invited. Then comes the work of the PR team, the posters, the videos, and you can even invite guests during this time so that, they can watch the talent of the members. And all this needs to be done complying to the TMI guidelines. And when you're making the agenda, make sure that you give ample amount of time. It should be arranged in such a way that there should be a proper opening and a closing. You should give allot time for all this, the 1 minute silence, the 3 minute silence, the breaks, and you should even give time for the dignitaries to speak. So your agenda should be foolproof. It should be like, it shouldn't be made very stingy, because you might run out of time and people might complain. So that is how an agenda should be made. Now comes to the task. I'm going very fast, I know, but we have lots to cover. Now, as I said, one of the first things that they have to do is appointing the contest official. And the first person will be the chief judge. At least 2 weeks in advance, the chief judge needs to be appointed. The eligibility of the chief judge is there in the rule book. Please have a look, and we will be talking about it, I think, in the next few hours. Now, then the role players that are to be identified as contest masters. It can be like a contest master for each segment, that is 4 contest masters or even 1 contest master if there are not much of contestants. They're going to be small contests. Timers, we need to have 2 timers for each segment, 2 tally counters, sergeant-at-arms, I would say, chief sergeant-at-arms, and an army of sergeant-at-arms, because they've got a lot of things to do, from miking the contestants to manning the door, to be with the contestants in the waiting room, to make sure that the props are there, everything, and to even open the meeting. So sergeant-at-arms, 2 plus. That's why we have as many as possible, so that we control according to the magnanimity of the event. Then the test speaker, that's yet another very important role player. Must be a paid member, must be anonymous. It should be kept confidential, and a speaker who is not known to the contestants. Then comes the printing and keeping of the documents. These are, I will not go into detail of that because we do not have time. Those are the documents that we need to, as a contest chair, you need to hand over to the contest masters and also to the chief judge. Now, the logistics, as you all know, they have to have the trophies and the certificates ready, the eligibility forms, and the most important thing is the briefing of all the role players and the contestants. It's better to do it online 1 or 2 days before the contest, so that you're ready and you don't want to waste time on the day. So the contest chair briefing, draw of lots and all that can be done online. Make sure that you arrange for the chief judge's briefing also in advance. This is how we finish our logistics part as well. Now coming to the briefing, this also I'll keep it very brief. This for the contest, but we will be sharing this with you so that you can actually refer to it. Contestants should be informed about the briefing that's happening. They should be there online, or they should have a if they're sending in a proxy, they should inform the contest chair. Reconfirm. Then the eligibility at the club level, it's quite simple. We don't have to worry much because they must be paid members of the club. So all these are the things that we have to make sure, or you have to brief the contestants beforehand. If you have a WhatsApp group, it's much more easier. Now comes our sergeant-at-arms, our army, who's going to help you with the activities that are going to happen that day. So as you all know, as I mentioned before, the contest room, they have a lot of work to do. So make sure they are also briefed, and during the contest also, they make sure all this is done. Now we have timers. Thank you. I'll make it short. Now the timers are also to be briefed, and make sure when you have 2 timers for each segment. And also one thing that is to be very, very importantly paid attention is the device. The device, you should have a backup, and also a stopwatch and a device for the mobiles. If you are using mobiles, then you should have at least 2 mobiles, and also the color cards should also be ready with the timers. So these are some of the timers briefing points as well. The ballot counters and the timers and all will be briefed by the chief judge. So I wouldn't go much into detail about that. Now, at the contest day, the contestants and all the role players need to arrive early. They need to familiarize themselves with the venue. So you have to tell all of this to them and make sure everything is in place before we start the contest. Now, the contest master, of course, you are the person, you are the host of the contest. Arrive early. In the red, can you see that? That is the most important thing. Read the contest rule book and know where it exactly. Now, also prepare the contest chair script. Now, our PQD team is actually preparing the contest chair script that will be made available to you very soon. DTM Muniba has promised that it will be done before the season starts. But apart from that, keep your introductions short, but at the same time, engage the audience and also coordinate with the chief judge to ensure everything is in place. Now, the contest master, you have to seek the contest master for each segment. They have to liaise with the chief judge. The chief judge will also brief them briefly. and make sure that you seek permission from the chief judge before you start the contest. Then you have the adjourning the contest, which also the chief judge will be explaining, I hope. And after the contest, if there is any protest, that will be handled by them in coordination with the chief judge. The results, announcement of the results also, they will be doing, once they receive the results form, they announce it, they arrange the winner certificates, they announce any disqualification, and they announce the results. So these are the things that you have to mention to a new contest master, or even if they are an experienced contest master, it's better that you tell them, because they might overlook all these things. There's no guessing game. While the results are being announced, make sure you don't ask them, who do you think is going to win? That is
Time
not,
up.
yeah. So altogether, this is what we have been doing: the overview, the preparation, the contest. Now, the District 121, who has actually been very kind to lend us this particular PPT, they have also made a contest management documents repository. If you can scan it quickly, before I stop sharing, please go ahead. And yes, so I'll stop sharing. And thank you so much, District 127, PQD team, especially DTM Muniba, for giving me this opportunity. I am an organizer. I love to organize things, especially the contest. And that is why I spoke so much about it, and there's so much to cover. But I hope you all have a wonderful contest, and wishing you all the very best, to the contestants and the role players as well. Back to our wonderful host, Toastmaster David. And David, I've been the one who is unmuting you. So I have to unmute you. Wait. Yes. Over to you.
I am back. Thank you so much. Thank you. For everyone over there in the chat box, can we just give a virtual round of applause to DTM Sharon for that amazing contest? It was the most productive 15 minutes we've all had over here. That was absolutely stunning. We covered so much about A to Z in Toastmasters contest management through DTM Sharon. Well done, DTM Sharon. We really appreciate you. Everyone in the chat does too. Thank you so much for that. But now we move on to the next part of our segment, which is the actual judges training. Again, I'm emphasizing this one more time. Zoom Master, can you please share the registration link in the chat box one more time? Please register over there so that we can keep track, and you would be eligible for this. We are marking attendance, so please do register. Thank you all who have signed up. For the rest of you, do sign up as well. Now, moving on. Who is our judges trainer? His introduction. Let me see if you can guess it over there. One of the most senior Toastmasters and an airline executive. He has stayed almost 25 years in Saudi Arabia, now 9 years in the United Arab Emirates. While we celebrate 100 years of Toastmasters, over the past 25 years, he is a Toastmasters, and after indulging in many leadership roles, from club SAA to president, area director, division director, district official, and many more opportunities, serving the fraternity while still learning, unlearning, and learning. As one of the most experienced Toastmasters, he has judged over 1,100 plus contests and functions, including the chief judge for over 750 plus contests in various formats in Toastmasters: club, area, division, and district speech level contests, tall tale, debate, gavel, school and inter-school contests, and many social elocution competitions, etc. Over the past 19-20 years, while in Saudi Arabia and now in UAE. Help me welcome DTM Ramesh Menon as our District 127 judge trainer today. Round of applause. Woo! Hello, DTM. Ramesh, Zoom Master, could we just put me back on our 127 talk show host over there in the wonderful thing. Before we start with you, DTM Ramesh, could we have a wonderful group picture with everyone? 114 individuals over here. Zoom Master, can we please do that? I think we can. Stop the immersive view. All right. So we all smile and we go, I'll do the countdown. So everyone smile. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. DTM Mibin. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. I think we're done. All right, there's Dr. Satars. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. 113 people in a single room to attend the judges training, 112 excluding myself. But that is outstanding. Zoom Master, are we good to go with the photo? Are we done with the photo?
Just a second, it will be done. Just a second.
There's 130. I don't know how many rows Zoom Master Mibin has to go through over there. But I think this is all worth it. There'll be a nice memory for all of us for conducting this for this year.
Yeah.
But DTM Ramesh, are you ready for your segment? Are you ready? Are you ready? I think we'll wait for the talk show immersive view because I really think that's an amazing view. Dr. Satar, that's outstanding. It really brings a more homely vibe to everything. So it's good. I think almost we're done. So I think a couple more slides and then we're done. Is that good, Zoom Master? Or are we getting it back? And I think, DTM Ramesh, you have a lot of fans over there in the chat because a lot of them guessed your name automatically. So that is amazing.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, that is brilliant. All right, DTM Ramesh, the quick question is, which we asked the past two trainers, who is your favorite musician so far, and what is your current favorite song that you have ongoing? All right, where is my guest? Okay, there he is.
Shall I answer? Okay.
Yes.
Well, David, thank you very much. Yes, of course, I have a lot of very eminent musicians that I love, adore, but the one amongst the most is my own Mohammed Rafi. And the best song I still adore, दिल के झरोखों में तुझको बिठा कर यादों को तेरी मैं दुल्हन बनाकर रखूंगा मैं दिल के पास. This is not only for the song or the beautiful girls that I have seen, but all the things that I do, I keep love what I do, and I do love what I always do and cherish in my heart. So this is what I always love.
Amazing. Thank you for that. I think everyone got a glimpse of the singer DTM Ramesh as well. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Now, my dear respected district trio, Dr. Abdul Sattar, Dr. Muniba, and DTM Harish, and our own district judge, DTM Alex, and my dear fellow Toastmasters, prospective judges and contestants, very good afternoon to you all. Let me share my screen. If you can see. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me properly? Just 1 or 2 thumbs up is enough for me to go ahead. Very good. Yeah. Thank you very much. Timer, you can start the time now. Why are we here tonight? Already DTM Sharon has explained what the contest is going to be happening, how it is happening. Now it is time for to know how the winners are being selected. And the purpose of the training is to create more judges to the fraternity to select the best winners in the forthcoming contests. How we are going to do, I will just make 3 segments of this presentation. The objective of the judges and the barriers to the objectivity, familiarization to the ballot sheet, and how to be a good judge. That is what we are going to be looking into tonight's 30 to 40 minutes that from now. Now, what is the purpose of speech contest? Just we heard from DTM Sharon, It's always an individual who has been performing very well within their club want to show off their talent in public speaking with a competitive spirit. So it's an opportunity to practice what they have learned from the experience in club to be a competitive speaker and present it very well. And it provides an educational program for the members and the public who attend the contest. It's provided an opportunity to learn by observing proficient speakers that have been built up by the club through the Toastmasters program. This is the core purpose of the speech contest. Now, what are we doing here? We are going to learn about judging. And for the time being, we can just compare with evaluating. What is judging and evaluating? What is the difference? Just look at few differences between that. Judging and evaluating. We are going to I wanted to interactive session, but because of time constraint and the all aspects, I'm not interacting with the individual. Otherwise, I would have definitely gone with the interactive session for making all of you what you know about the judging nuances. But let me go through that presentation and make you aware, those who are first year, to listen and understand what is the judging. Judging is not only one objective to select a winner. And evaluating is an appraisal and advice to the speakers who is performing their project speeches based on the project objectives. And the judges' decisions in any contest are kept confidential. So it will not be divulged like evaluator giving the evaluation details to individuals and the club members. Now, what is the core difference between judging and evaluating? In judging, as we said, the main purpose is select a winner, nothing less than that. And in evaluation, what you do is speech appraisal and giving the feedback. How do we do? There are judging criteria that we will be going to discuss in few minutes. But in evaluation, you have speech objectives set by the manuals and the pathways, whatever we are going to follow. And in judging, you are not going to evaluate the speech of the speaker. You are going to judge only. But in evaluation, you are going to give measures of performance against the purpose set in that particular speech objective. And for judging, you are not given, the contestants were not given any suggestion or explanation how best, how bad, how good they performed. Whereas in evaluation, we offer suggestions and for improvements. So this is the basic difference between judging and evaluating. So judging is a very honorable situation that we all are going to face to be honored the individual's effort. Now, in judging, most of you, when you attend the club meeting, you will have seen this ballot paper being placed by sergeant names on each and every table. We all get an opportunity after the speech project finished, 3 or 4 speakers when they come and speak. And also we get opportunity to listen to the table topic speakers and the evaluation speakers. End of the bottom of that slip, you will see a ballot. From there onwards, each and every member who attend the club meetings start trying to learn judging. That is why we call that ballot. Where we are going to select one of the winners from the 3 speakers. We select one of the 3 table topic speakers and as well as the evaluators. How do we do that? This is the way we really vote our members and hand over to the sergeant names or the tally counter, the vote counter who comes and collect, and the president select the best speakers at the club meetings. But in contest, it is entirely different scenario. Now, what is the objective? As we mentioned, picking up the winner, nothing less than that in a contest scenario. When you are a judge appointed by the contest chair for a club, area, division, district, or international levels, there will be a judge's certificate of eligibility, which has 3 parts. The very first part will be showing you which are the segment that you are going to judge. Most of the time, in part of this world, you will be evaluating, you will be judging evaluation, humorous speech, international speech, and table topics. And which are the contest level? You are most of the time club level, area level, division level, or district level. Or sometimes if you get an opportunity to go to international level in all the segments like quarterfinal, semi-final, and world champion of public speaking. And the second part is eligibility criteria. This shows as a judge, are you eligible to judge? You have to be a paid member. At the club level, if you want to be a judge, the first and foremost that you have to be paid member of any Toastmasters club. At an area, division, and district level, you have to be a paid member for minimum 6 months. You should have completed 6 speeches from the past competent communication manual or level of the Toastmasters pathways learning experience. You have to be physically present. Most of the time we conduct physical contest. You have to be physically present at the contest which you are serving. And if you are attending the international arena, like beyond district or even district or beyond district contest, you have to be a paid member for 6 months. A club must also be good standing where you are a member. At least you should be an advanced bronze. Advanced Toastmaster bronze was the previous advanced communication manual, which we did for a long time ago, or complete at least one full path in the new Toastmasters pathway experience, learning experience. Now, this is most important, the code of ethics for the judges. If you follow these aspects, you will be able to judge any contest without any problem or without any bias, whatever we are going to discuss now to understand you the nuances of judging. You are taking a pledge. I will uphold the Toastmasters core value, integrity, service, respect, and excellence. If you are a concise person of following these 4 aspects of the Toastmasters, you will never fail as a good judge. This is this, and all the other remaining 7 conditions will automatically be met. Demonstrate utmost objectivity and consciously avoid bias, will not consider any club, area, or division or region affiliation, will not consider any contestant's age, race, color, creed, gender identity, or any other discriminatory factors, will not time the speeches because that will be taken by the timer and the chief judge, will not support by word or deed the contest rules, will support by word and deed the contest rules and judging standards, refrain from public criticism in the contest which you are a judge, and not a member of the same club as any contestants are participating in from the division level onwards. If you are a member of the club and the contestant is a division contestant from your club, please let the contest chair or the chief judge know that I will not be judging that particular segment where your club member is a contestant from the division, district, or other quarterfinal international levels. And no conflict of interest with any of the contestants that could cause bias, because some of the time we are senior Toastmasters, some of the speakers, junior speakers, or amateur speakers may contact us for mentoring their speech for the contest. We would have mentored it. If you feel that you are a judge that mentee is a contestant, please avoid judging and let the chief judge know that particular segment you will not be judging. This is what all about the judges' code of ethics. There's a one sheet chief judge will distribute on the day of the contest. Most of the time it is done on the day of the contest at the venue, so that chief judge can make sure that particular contest judge who was nominated to be a judge is present, and the quorum required, minimum 5 judges or more than that required, are present for conducting the contest. Normally, otherwise it can also be circulated, but it is preferred to distribute on the contest day to ensure that the judge present is more important and chief judge can note it. Now, what are the barriers of this objectivity to find a winner? Let us discuss the barriers. Yes, speaker position, champion of underdog, halo effect, reverse halo effect, second time around, not the norm, and prejudices and personal preferences. These are the main 7 barriers that a judge can be biased or influenced for taking a judging decision. We will be going into detail how we can avoid that influencing your decisions. The first barrier is speaker position. Probably you may be a judge where there are plenty of contestants, maybe 10 contestants. Oh, you will see oh my God, there are 10 contestants I have to judge. Never ever think. The first contestant, you give the same attention to detail and listening skill and judging merit for all the contestant until the last contestant is spoken. Keep the never get dilute your interest of listening from the first speaker. When you become last speaker, oh yeah, what is it? You never ever do that. The very first speaker, whatever you give, please give the same interest and attention to that last speaker until speak out, because you have a commitment to the audience, speakers, and Toastmasters that we are going to discuss about it. Now, what is the next? The underdog speaking. Underdog. You should not consider an individual ability or disability as a factor for a speaker. You may be seeing excellent speakers coming. Maybe he may be handicapped, or maybe a person who is stammering, maybe a speaker who has some other physical shortcomings, but he speaks very well. We are here to judge the speech, not the individual. So any other things that coming across as person you see, please avoid that. Only look into the speeches that the individual does. What are the second halo effect? Yes, you must have seen a lot of traits, and you must have seen a lot of people previously speaking and had a very good vision or understanding about, oh yeah, this person comes, he speaks very well. I will have that. Yeah, I will vote for him best. Whatever he speaks, he has a good personality and all. We admire him. You will not take into consideration of the rubbish speech what he present. Avoid that barrier of halo effect of listening to the previous speech of that individual. Bring only what at that moment of time the speaker spoken, the content what is spoken should be judged, not the individual quality or individual presentation that individual does. Now, the reverse halo effect, that is most another important thing. You may have a very good admiration of an individual, and when he come on the stage, he speaks very not interesting that much of the speech, yet you may or may not vote. Never ever think that individual personality or criteria that you are going to judge. Only, again, please avoid using any sort of, even sometime you will see some people are language issues. We all are not native English speakers. We may have our own individual native dialect coming in between the English, and probably it may not be grammatically propped up well, but look at the content that he spoke. Is it worth for the audience? That is what you have to look at it, not the individual style and the personalities. Now the fifth one is second time around. Yes, I have seen him even last year also coming as area contest and division contest. He's doing very good. Do you vote for him? Do you judge him like that? No, you should not do that. You should be looking only the speeches. At that moment of time, 5 to 7 minutes, what is does on the stage, where you are a judge, just listen to the speech and make the judgment according to that. Never give any preference of seeing the speakers quite often on the stage. Or sometimes you feel, oh, last time he lost because of one vote, otherwise he would have, this time I'm going to give him one more vote, so that at least never think. You just judge on what he is going or she is going to speak at that time of on the stage, 5 to 7 minutes when you are a judge in the particular segment. And not the norm. Yeah, you will see some people coming, as a speaker, you will have an understanding that he should come with a very good attire, come with a tie, with a suit and all those, please avoid that. A speaker has to come in the formal dress, whatever suitable for the contestant to match his speech delivery. That is up to him, because nothing to influence the judges, the style of the person coming on the stage. It is the speech that we are going to judge. Any social behavior, attitude, sometimes some people come with the eyes eyes and all those, broken on the stage when they start the speaking. And sometimes they come with earthen pot and all, and they break it. So probably you may not like it as a judge, what he did is wrong. Never ever do that, because that may be supporting his speech. So never ever take into that consideration. Only thing that you look at it, was it purposeful for the speech? Now, the personal likes and dislikes. Yes. Now, see, as I mentioned, judging is subjective. What in Toastmasters we are going to do is make it objective. Objective is that to select the winner. The individual opinions of the judges are based on his or her likes and dislikes. We all are human beings, although we are judges, we all tempted to move around with our own likes. And okay, when you come on the stage, I didn't like the way he spoken, I didn't like the way he's reacted, I didn't like the way he showed his hand. Never ever judge his actions based on the look at the speech and the gestures. Was it apt? Mark the activities happened there. Never ever give any personal impression to the speeches. Only go to the speech quality. Was it linked with the speech? What the gestures are matching to that requirement? That is what all about. We have to look at it. So sometimes we may say, oh, it should have been simplicity. Well, as Mike said, he should have come with a simple dress, simple logic, and all. Never come with that. And some judges may be thinking, I was expecting humorous speech. I was a judge. It was all boring. That means, you are not really attending to the speaker's speech. Do not bring all this nonsense in your judging. Never ever keep things like and dislike when you are going to judge individual speaker's speech. It is impossible to have that, biased aspect to be controlled. But as long as you get trained, I'm sure you will definitely fade away all these dislikable qualities. Now, what is the best way to understand the nuances of this is go through the rule book, as our previous speaker mentioned. Most important, the guide, all the concept that we are talking about contest is put across in this small booklet. Keep that as your guidance for the contest in all aspects, from the beginning to the end of the contest, starting from the contest till the end of the contest. Everything is mentioned there. Please go through the rule book thoroughly, so that you will understand better how to be a good judge. And now let us familiarize with what are you going to do with the ballot paper. Let us familiar with it. All these have been said. Where will you mark the mark is in the ballot paper. This is what a normal format of the ballot. You can see that there are two segments. One is giving you the 10 rows where you can put the speakers sequence when the contestant read out the name, or on top of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, you can put the speaker's name when the contestant put the names, and you can mark according to the speech development and all that we are going to discuss how to mark and all in that each column, and total it, and that part is for you until the score finish. If you see that perforated area, that is what we call the judge's ballot. That is only you have to hand over to the chief judge. How to do that? We will look into more in the few moments time. Yes, you have seen that. Now, most of the judges' ballot, humorous speech, international speech, and table topic contests are similar to what you have seen here. There is no much difference in each of the content, or at least 6 of the aspects in each contest are same. Speech development, effectiveness, physical, voice, appropriateness, and correctness. What is not there in humorous speech, what is not there in international speech and other speeches at table topic are the audience response. Audience response is only in the humorous speech. That is only addition in humorous speech. What is that audience response and all? We'll discuss in a few minutes time. Now, in the table topic ballot, you will not see the manner. Only the manner is applied in judging the international speech and humorous speech. What is the manner and all? We'll discuss it later. And also you will not see the audience response in table topics and international speech. And also you will not see the effect, speech value in table topics. Having said this, these are the nuances of the judging ballot of 3 contests: international speech, humorous speech, and table topic contest. But nothing will be seen in the evaluation contest judging ballot. that is entirely different than all these three segments of contests. What are that in the evaluation contest? There are only 4 segments: analytical quality, recommendations, techniques, and summation. These are the only 4 segments that you have in evaluation contest. We will go in detail as we pass. Now, let us go to the judging criteria. Content is always king. You will see international speech, humorous speech, and table topic speech. 50 in international speech contest goes to content, 50 marks. And 55 marks goes to humorous speech, the content, and table topics, 55 marks. And the delivery process in international speech and humorous speech table topics are same, 30% of 100 marks. And in the language, 20 marks in international speech, 15 marks is in humorous and table topic. Content is king, delivery is key, language is the source. Now, in the evaluation criteria, you will have entirely different scenario. Analytical quality scores 40% of your mark, and recommendations 30%. Individual 15 marks, and the summation process what the individual speakers done 15 marks. Now let us go more in detail of these criteria, how you are going to mark it and what is that all about. Now you see the content and delivery, language is these are the 3 segments of each ballot as for all the 3 contests that we just discussed: humorous speech, international speech, and table topic. Content carries 50 mark. In content itself, 3 segment is speech development, effectiveness, and speech value. And in delivery, it is physical, voice, manner. And in the language, appropriateness and correctness. What are they? How are they going to be measured? Let us look at it. The content, as we say, content is king. If you see that 3 ballots, the first portion of the ballot paper, speech development, effectiveness are the same in all 3. Only addition in humorous speech is speech value and audience response. In international speech is only speech value. What are those? Let us look at that. The development, what is the development we are looking at? It is structured around a purpose of a topic, the title with an opening, body, and conclusion. That there should be a speech of 5 to 7 minutes in humorous and international speech. And the things that is going to explain, there should be examples, illustration, and facts and figures, which convincing the audience the way he's going to present the speech, and smooth transition from one stage to the next speech level. From the opening, in the content itself, there may be 2-3 cases, scenarios that he is giving, that should be a smooth transition and linked with what he is going to talk about. And in the effectiveness, the judgment, of course, when it comes up, the purpose of the particular speech was clear for the audience to understand, and content was really aligned, and audience interest was there. Something that audience will have a message to take away should be definitely measured. That is what effectiveness, how much effective his speech was influencing the audience to take a decision or take the value. The value of the speech in international and humorous in particular is how much contributive to the individual's thinking is most important. There should be some value added thinking process from each speech project that they finish us. Did the speaker say something original? Yes. There in humorous speech and all, we can see that exaggerated version people presenting. So we can see if it is original enough for us to understand. And important ideas, thought process, and audience response. Let us come. This is most important purpose in humorous speech, because audience response, judges, please note that there may be planted audience response also. Sometimes there may not be such humor, but there may be people who are clapping for them. All those types should not be taken into consideration. You must be prudently judging, understanding those type of thing arrangement they have done. So beware of manufactured jokes enjoyment. This is what most important for us to look around as in humorous speech. Only in humorous speech you have to look the response factor. Now, delivery is the key. Physical and voice, that is most important for all the table topic: international humorous speech, most important, and manner for international and humorous speech. What is physical? Physical appearance, reinforcing the message, whether it was profound message was there that reinforced when he concluded the speech, and was it linked with the opening speech and conclusion was equally linked with each other, so that we get a good message. And the gestures, when he speak about value added gestures for supporting his speech, characters and things. And voice modulation, most important. When he's expressing sorrow, there should be emotion. When he's smiling and giving sorrow messages, there is no value for it. So you have to look at that kind of facial expressions, body language, and volume, pitch. Sometimes he has to be very silent at occasionally. Sometimes he has to be very louder. All those nuances that has to be taken into consideration. And the manner in which the presentation, he should be enthusiastic speech, how much interest that his speech can arouse among audience. These all nuances that you will be observing as a judge when the speech being in progress. Now, coming back to our language, most of the time, as I mentioned, we are not native speakers of English. We may still have some sort of grammatical error or using any other, tone of the language used. So we have to bear with it. However, what we have to look at is the appropriateness, correctness. These are the two aspects in all the three contests. Choice of words that narrate his story is most important. And if it is fitting that occasion, the words that used maybe sometime, we don't know what type of situation he is using it. That need to be looked into it. And the correctness, focus what you want to make us understand. How much, sometimes actions speak louder than the voice. Sometimes the action may be better than the speaking. In a way, some people who do not speak very well, very lengthy sentence, in a short they may be speaking. So you have to look all this, how much correctness was added to that speech to understand as the purpose of his speech delivered. So these are the three aspects that we just looked into the Toastmasters other three contest. Now the evaluation contest is entirely a different scenario that we will be looking at is the analytical quality, recommendation, techniques, and summation. What is analytical quality? Once the target speaker or the mystery speaker complete the speech, the evaluation contestant come and deliver 3 minutes evaluation. In that, we can see how much the speaker's speech was analyzed by giving a narration of what he really assimilated, the content of the speech that the mystery speaker has delivered. And you have to look at the analysis was made very clearly, focused, and highlighting the strength and weakness of the speaker's speech. And recommendation, there should be at least 2 positive recommendations, which will be helpful for enhancing the speech delivered to the better level, or to the next level better, that the speaker can do it. At least there should be 2 or 3 recommendations. Was it helpful was it positive recommendation that the individual given? And the technique, how much sympathetic towards the speaker was the evaluator when he gave the evaluation, or sensitive? Some place there may be emotional aspects included in the speech, which we have to be sensibly evaluated and given without hurting the feelings of the individual, so that it will not be the speaker will not be get eliminated or feel alienated from us. He should be elevated rather to conduct next speech and move forward. And basically, it should not be a whitewash of evaluation. So we can see the content how they do it, and the summation after giving all the analysis, recommendation, commendation, and the technique. There should be given a package of giving highlights of what he said, what he see, what he said, incorporated. If you find a good, if you incorporate this one, you could have been done a good justice, and you could elevate your speech better. Some sort of good summation would add value to give the mark, because we are going to now look at the marking, how it has been done in the basis of that techniques that you just explained. Let us look at what you should do for giving the marks. Now is the criteria. We have discussed what are the criteria. Now it is time for you to mark the judge's ballot. I would request each judges bring a notebook or some sort of paper, blank paper. Whenever the speech in progress, you can take note what are the good contents that you're going to mark and how it could be remarked, and suggested points that could have improved, where you can mark or undermark or extra mark you can give, and use the other point of valuable messages across you that they given, so you can add value, add mark. I know these all nuances plus and minuses of the speech, how much it was value and audience, all the response you can mark down and give appropriate mark to the individual based on the ballot in the ballot paper, as I'm going to just show you how to do that. Let us go to the ballot paper for the evaluation itself first. Now,
10 minutes left.
as I mentioned, the analytical quality is 40 marks, and you have a scale of 40 marks to measure the speech of the analytical quality, and you can give mark, if I suggest you, and great focused speech, focused analysis, you can give around 25, 35, or even an average of 35 would be ideal, because nobody is going to have 100% perfection in what they do. So we should have a room for improvement for all the aspects, and as we all know, the biggest room in this all universe is room for improvement. So we should have a gap for that. So always consider 35. So you will get another opportunity for giving. Probably somebody must have given good analysis. You can give good mark, better mark than the previous contestant that you have heard. So you can do that way also. So any mark between 35 will be ideal, 1 to 35. When the recommendation, if you find it very appropriate and all, you can obviously give up to 20 is a scale. You can use from 1 to 20, whatever mark you want to give. And the technique that you used, how sympathetically and empathetically that and plus motivational the recommendations were, you can consider 15 mark is a scale for you. You can give between 1 to 15, and you can fill up, as I mentioned, as I told you, when you write up the names of individual, each column you have to put up that mark according to this judging criteria. And the summation, if you feel that he did a good job by summing up what he said for the speaker to recap what he has done, is if you feel that he has done good job, give the 15 mark is a scale. You can rate him from 1 to 15 and put that rating in each column of the individual speakers, and that will give you a mark in total. Similarly, content and development, in the content itself, you will see that development, effectiveness, speech value, the mark scale is 20 for that speech development. That is what I told you, very good opening, how the speech has progressed by good transition and with supporting material, how much you value the speech to be supported with a good message or all the sort that you have to value. You can value from 1 to 20 in the scale and give a mark against each individual that you put that first name. You can individually put a mark between 1 to 20, and the effectiveness, achievement of purpose, that whether he did a good speech which is worth for the audience to take messages across. You can give 15 mark on scale, 1 to 15 mark, and plus speech value, the logic, idea, and the thought process was original or copied from somewhere. You can understand from the speech. Probably, there are a lot of criteria. You can give 15 out of 15. You can rate from 1 to 14 or like that, then mark according to each individual so that you will get total mark. So that goes to the delivery, physical voice, manner. Similarly, you can, how the appearance and the body language that used for the speech. 10 mark is given for that. You can rate 1 to 10 and put a number figure there against each individual speakers. Voice modulation, the flexibility that he made and vocal variety that he added to a speech, give 10% of the mark, whether it was purposeful, it was supporting the speech and elevated the speech quality. Give him 10 marks, why not? Maximum mark given to that area is 10. So 1 to 10 you can mark in that particular individual's column. Similarly, the manner, the directness, assurance, and the kind of enthusiasm and the spirit that he brought in his speech. You can value that with 10 minutes, again the scale of 10, 1 to 10, you can mark it in the column. Similarly, the marking go to 10 each for appropriateness and correctness in the language they use. I again go with that, speech purpose to the audience, as I mentioned. If it is worth for you to listen and understand some nuances, give the mark according to that 1 to 10. And the grammar, punctuation, and pose, all those aspects comes in that. If it is purposefully and properly used, give mark 1 to 10 in the scale. And
5 minutes
what
left.
what is the ballot? The use, as you see, the contestant names are written on the top, and the column 1, 2, 3 below are the individual name will appear, and the column you can put the mark on each individual's name below the mark in each one, and make sure you put total of what you have done the marking. Put the total in each individual's column. That will give you a total mark of 65, 70, 89, 90, whatever comes up to that, not more than 100 anyway, you will get for individual. And according to whatever mark they got, put them in the ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, based on the marking they get it. But make sure you total it and break the tie before you put the name in your ballot. That you have to put it up in the bottom, in the total, and use this ballot, the bottom portion. This is called judges ballot. You must rank first place, second place, third place from the ranking according to the mark, total mark they got. And most important, your name and signature. Without your name and signature, the ballot is invalid. Chief judge will not take into consideration of your ballot. And avoid, please, what I suggest is when you get the ballot as a judge, first and foremost, you do put your signature and name on the ballot. Remaining, you can do it later. All the speech finished, when you go into the computing of the numbers, and by the time tally counter come within 3 minutes to collect it, you will be hurry in finishing. You will forget to put their name and signature, then your ballot will become invalid. So your purpose of being a judge is lost. So please always put your name and signature and ranking before you hand over the ballot to the tally counter. Now, here comes another tie-breaking judge's ballot. This is most important. This gentleman will be known only to the chief judge. And this gentleman, if you got a tie-breaking ballot, your job is to place all the speakers whom you have listened, whom attended to first to 5, 6, 7, as many members are, put their names in the sequence of the total mark that you got after ranking them, and put your name and signature. Hand it over to only the chief judge. You don't have to give to tally counter or anybody else, only to the chief judge if you are a tie-breaking judge. How to be a good judge? Yes, that's a good question. We all understand ourselves, but we all have an obligation. Your obligation to the contestant, your obligation to the Toastmaster International, to the audience, and for yourself. What is that? Contestants are entitled to truly professional. Yeah, contest speakers always think that, when you are a judge, there will be judge who's definitely professional people to judge their speech, and they deliver the speech so sincerely. So never underestimate their intention. Be impartial as much as possible. And what is the obligation to us Toastmasters? It's a reputed organization where the speech training and the meetings are conducted so professionally to improve excellence in all speech and activities they do. So do not let that spirit, because of our judges' action, go to because of any animosity, demeans the purpose of the contest and the leaders who organize it. And what is the obligation towards audience? Yes, audience expect a very good speech. And when they listen to the speech, they themselves think of the speaker who could be the winner. So your judgment should be maximum supporting their thought process of who could be the best winner of the speech contest. So your judgment will decide. Audience are not cheated. And of course, with yourself as a Toastmaster, you made a personal commitment to self-improvement, and the commitment include being dedicated to make correct decision when a judging contest. Now, what makes a good judge? Yes, you have to be very fair, accurate, trustworthy, knowledgeable, and a good listener. What is a fairness means? You must be completely impartial. Avoid any sex, gender, race, all those aspects. Remove from here only the speech that you are going to judge, nothing else. And you have to be very accurate in your, making correct decision, what point you give, and fill up the judging form correctly with appropriate ranking and name, adding the points carefully, and make trustworthy yourself to the contestants, to the contest officials and Toastmasters International. And knowledge, go to the rule book. Be familiar with the judging form and understand the nuances that we just gone through that ballot and go for a good judging. You must be a good listener, listen carefully, take notes of that you want to go to put the mark across if you have any, because you are going to listen many speakers. So you have to take points and do not make, when the speaker is speaking, never go, oh, it is related to me, let me go back my dreams, childhood and all. Never do that. You listen to the speech only. Never indulge in the daydreaming when you listen to the good speech, maybe attached to you too much. Do not get distracted by attending the phone and all. Avoid that, any device that may distract you. Now, what are the normal common misconcepts here? Most of us think that our serious speeches are better when it comes to international contest. Never think about it. You are here to judge. Contestants can use even humor in their international speech, or any that sort of any other norms of speaking to impress or express their opinion to the audience.
Time up.
Must be motivational, inspirational, not necessarily. Contest can be any specific entertaining speech also. Use of props, visual aids, music is not preferred. That should not be your individual thinking. Any contestant can use props, visual aid, and music to support their speech. So avoid judging based on those all unwanted things that you are thinking differently than the speaker is going to present. Now, protest and disqualification. Protest and disqualification is only in terms of eligibility of the individual that we are just discussed. He must be he must be a member. For the international speech in particular, he should complete 6 projects in the old Toastmaster annual, and level 1 and level 2 in pathways, and originality. There may be 24% allowed for quoting material for a speaker to present their speech. If you find more than that, you can always bring to the attention to the chief judge. And reference to another contestants of the same contest, if you make, as I mentioned a few times that about Sharon and all, no contestant should make it, and that is one of the criteria for disqualification. And any part of the speech copied from the previous contestant's speech is also a power for disqualification. All this has been reported to Chief Judge and Contest Chair. Thank you very much for noting me the time. I will rush to the conclude now. I'm almost finished. And all this to be mentioned to the Chief Judge and Contest Chair. Contest Chair just a few minutes ago, Toastmaster DTM Sharon has explained. Not to Contest Master, Contest Chair is separate, Contest Master is separate. So Contest Chair and the Chief Judge, that any sort of that for a criteria you have seen, please inform the Chief Judge or Contest Chair. Yes, the strongest principle of growth lies in human choice. Let us make the best choice from the better speakers that we are going to listen during this coming contest season. I wish all the very best for the judges and the contestants for presenting their speech, for the judges to mark very difficult situation, thinking them that you are the best speaker. All the speakers are best speakers. Now, whatever I have given, these materials are available in Toastmasters, www.toastmasters.org. Anybody has any doubt, you can go through this website. You will find the judges training material. Everything is there. Please go through it. Contestants also, please go through that so that you will understand how you can present your speech better for getting the best judgment from the judges, because judges are always curious to find out the best out of you. It is question time. Now questions can be sent it to our Toastmaster Gazel or DTM Alex. They will be referring to that for we have a question answer session. So I will conclude here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, district leaders and my dear contestants to be, plus the judges to be for the coming contest season, and wish you all the very best. Back to Toastmaster David.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Ramesh. That was an outstanding, literally an outstanding session or judges training over here. And I think everyone in the chat even is wowed by all the detail that you went in with the slides, the presentation. It was outstanding. I think The chat, as you can see it yourself, the chats are going ballistic over there. So I really, really appreciate that a lot. And District 127 appreciates that. So thank you so much for having us and
Thank you
giving
very
all
much,
this
David.
amazing session over here. So just like our district director mentioned over there, everyone do please fill out the attendance form. We really need to see, we have a huge turnout today and we don't want you missing out over there. So do fill out the form. And like Vental says as well, if you have any questions, there is a designated Q&A segment coming up right in the next after this session. So please, please do stay back, hold on to your horses. You will enjoy it over there. Now for our next segment over here, really, really looking forward to, is our chief judges training. So I want you to guess who this person is. It is his 26th year in Toastmasters. He has been a DTM 3 times and is on the path to one more to achieve his 4th. Leadership is a passion, and I have led the club at area, division, and district. Service is my motto, and that's why I'm here. His favorite artist is Amitabh Bachchan, the Big B, and I want to hear his favorite song as well. So, members of the audience, who is this wonderful individual? Could we have none other? Yes, it is none other than DTM Balaji. Can we have a round of applause? Zoom Master and DTM Balaji, where are you? Oh my God, there you are. Hello, hello, DTM Balaji. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, it is. DTM Balaji, I know you gave your song as well, but I am a wonderful enunciator who cannot pronounce Hindi songs that fluently, and I don't want to butcher it over there. But you tell us, what is your favorite song?
The all-time favorite song, and I think the lady turned 70 today. It's Silsila, the title song of Silsila. Ramesh Menon can sing that song better than me. Yeah, it's one of the all-time greats which I've liked because Amitabh and Rekha are brilliant in that, and of course, the singers have to be given all the credit. Even today, wherever you switch on that song, I'm on my toes. I enjoy.
That is amazing. I'm sure the wonderful members of the audience got to know a bit more about you over here. So without further ado, I hand the stage to you in this wonderful immersive platform. Again, DTM Dr. Satar, thank you for this. This adds such a new element over here. But
Thank you.
The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Before I start off, can I ask the Zoom master if I can share my presentation?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. I'm into the easiest part of the training today. I think the most difficult part has been done by DTM Sharon and DTM Ramesh. Selection of the chief judge is the only difficult part. After that, it's the easiest part I think you can ever have. But I was noticing that whenever I come for training people for the chief judge, the number of people in the audience starts dwindling. And I thought probably we'll reduce to around 50 by the time I come into the picture. But I'm happy. You're still over 100 over there. And I'm very happy that a lot of people would like to know what the chief judge has to do. So let's start off. I think one of the questions in the chat box which I saw, who can be a chief judge? Simple. Just go through the guidelines of the speech contest manual. It has everything. And for your information, at the club level, the chief judge should be a paid member. Now you can come back and ask me, so the member has just joined Toastmasters 1 month ago. Can he or she be a chief judge? As per the club level guidelines, yes. At the area, division, and district, be a paid member for minimum 6 months. And minimum 6 projects from the CC manual. For all the old people who are there here, who have seen the CC manual, the CTM manual, for them, it is the 6 projects. For people who joined Toastmasters after 2018, it's level 1 and 2 completed in pathways. You should have completed it. Otherwise, in case you're selected as a judge, please, from an integrity point of view, inform the conference chair that you have not completed your level 1 and 2, and as such, you cannot be a judge at the area, division, or district level. Another thing is you should have previously judged in club, area, and division level contests. One of the questions which come in is, last year I judged in the division level. I have done it only once. Can I do it at the district level? Yes, you can, because you have judged at the division level at least once. And at the international and semi-final level, you should be a paid member for 6 months. You should be from a club in good standing. You should have completed minimum advanced communication draws for the old people, for the earlier people, and completed at least one path in pathways. You must have previously judged at a district level or international semi-finals. Who is your team? I think Ramesh Menon touched upon this quite very well. Our main team member is conference chair, he or she who is in charge of the contest on that particular day. The voting judges, including the tiebreaker judge, the timers, the ballot counters, the contest chair of each individual contest, and the contestants, though not directly, they are through the respective contest chair. This is your whole team. Remember one thing, until the contest day starts, it is a conference chair who is in charge, but once a contest starts, it is the chief judge who is completely in charge of the contest. How do you prepare yourself? Before you accept the role, remember Toastmasters guidelines, which talk about commitment and time. Please commit only and only in case you're able to, and you can find time for it. Need to be physically present unless it is an online version. I think District 127 has already announced that all contests above the area level or from the area level will all be physical. So you need to be physically present. Toastmasters values. Integrity is the most important value when it comes to being a chief judge and a judge. So ensure that you follow all the 4 values, specifically integrity. Understand the level of the contest. Sometimes you're in area, sometimes division, sometimes district, and the number of judges and the number of role players whom you need under each level varies. So you need to understand which level of contest you are judging, and then you need to understand which contest category are you judging. For example, if you're the contest chief judge for a table topic contest, it's not only on your toes, you should be on the tips of the toes, because sometimes a lot of people would communicate the topic through social media channels. Sometimes you have a contestant walking in without knowing, so you need to be very careful about what is happening during table topics. And that's the reason many of us say that once the table topic contest starts, until the table topic contest gets over, nobody can enter or leave the conference room. Last but not the least, read through the speech contest guidelines issued by Toastmasters International thoroughly. How do you prepare your team? Selection of the team. I think Sharon just took out that part of you very easily. It should be either by the chief judge or the overall conference chair who selects the team. And then review the list of judges. Who should review? The chief judge should review. Why? Because he needs to understand whether they are as per the contest guidelines provided in the Toastmasters manual. If you have a doubt on eligibility of any of any of the judges, please talk to the conference chair and he or she will assist you. Selection will be basis eligibility as per speech contest guidelines. And contest chair and chief judge, how are they together? First of all, identify and familiarize yourself. You might have a conference chair whom you have never seen from the day you have joined Toastmasters till now. 26 years in Toastmasters, there are lots of members who joined today and I would not know them. And they might be one of the people who are the contest chair for that particular contest. So I need to familiarize myself. I need to talk to them. I need to understand who they are. And more importantly, do they understand their role? Be comfortable as a team. The two of you should work as a team, and you need to be very comfortable with one another. Understand and provide clarification where necessary. Many a times the conference chair or the contest chair might come to you and discuss. In case you can provide clarifications, please do. In case you cannot, do not try to interpret Toastmasters International guidelines. Just tell them that we can check with Toastmasters and get back to you. But if there is a contest and you need to clarify immediately, get in touch with Toastmasters over phone, and I'm sure they will help, or some senior member will always be there to help you out. If possible, be present during briefing of the contestants. Chief Judge need not be there in the briefing of contestants. But if you want to, you can be there, but you should not interfere unless required, as it is the role of the contest chair to brief the contestants. Your role is to brief the judges and the role players. So, judges briefing. It has to be done prior to the contest. Sometimes it can be done prior to all the contests beginning, because it might be all 4 contests in one day. Or sometimes the chief judge might prefer to do it just before the contest, because there's a break time and some of the judges might want to come later during the day and not at the beginning of the day. So it has to be prior to the contest, and contest should not begin until the briefing is over. The team of voting judges, timer, ballot counter, and the sergeant at arms all should be present. First, brief the timers, ballot counters, and the sergeant at arms on their respective roles. Why I have not indicated sergeant at arms? Because it's the conference chair who controls the sergeant at arms. You are controlling the sergeant at arms only during the table topics contest. The rest of them, leave it to the conference chair, because they know, because at the end of every speech, there is a 1-minute interval, and the contest chair handles when the door should be open, when the door should be closed. Other than that, it's only the people who put on the mics to the speakers. So leave it to the conference chair and they will handle it. Request all except voting judges to leave and then brief the judging team. So that means all the role players other than the judges have to leave before you start briefing the judging team, because they need not know how and what to judge. Brief the voting judges exactly as per speech contest guidelines and their respective roles. Do not try to interpret any rule. One of the things which we have noticed, and you might question me on this, the moment a chief judge comes in for the briefing, he or she will start saying, oh, it's a wonderful team and all of you are experienced. I don't think I need to brief anybody. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Briefing is over in hardly 1 minute. Now, it is up to the chief judge how to brief. I would probably, from my point of view on a personal basis, would like you to take the judges through the speech contest ballot and what they need to do during the speech. I will not tell them how to vote. I will not tell them how to mark, but it is up to them to understand the voting ballot as well as the guidelines of the speech contest. And it's my duty as a chief judge to take them through that. Confidentially select or appoint a tiebreaker judge. Now, amongst the judges who have come that day, you might have all the judges present. You can select a tiebreaker judge and you can change the judge's sheet personally, and you don't need to tell the others that he or she is the chief judge or the tiebreaking judge, or the tiebreaking judge may not come for the briefing at all. He or she may not be there for the briefing. You can just give the papers to the tiebreaker judge well in advance, and they should be present at the contest. During the contest, I always tell this, because people who are chief judges, I think they have a very serious face, because they feel that a big contest is happening and they need to be very careful. So you see those faces which are serious, they are very well dressed, but there's no smile. Please smile, make people comfortable. I know that you're in charge of the contest, but you also need to make others very comfortable. Coordinate with the contest chair and start the contest only when everything is in place and contestants plus role players are completely ready. That is the reason the contest chair asks, timer, are you ready? Contestants, are you ready? Judges and chief judge, can I start the contest? So do not start unless and until everything is in place. Listen to the contest chair. Yeah, listen to the contest chair during announcements. Any error should be communicated discreetly. Ensure that the judging team is supposed to be anonymous, of course. The timers and ballot counters are in place before the contest. Do not interfere in the judging process. This is not your job. Your job is to manage the judges. How to judge has already been trained by Ramesh Menon. So if you're a judge, you please go to Ramesh Menon and understand that better. Watch in silence, of course. Listen to each speech and enjoy. Why do you need to listen to each speech? Because very importantly, you need to be there and be present and understand what the speaker is speaking. Later on, when there is a protest, you would have also listened to the speech, so you will understand the protest better. After the contest, contestants, the entire contest has to be adjourned as per the latest guidelines of Toastmasters 3 years ago. Otherwise, contestants or judges have the right to raise protest till such times winners are announced. It is not the chief judge's role to prompt to the contest chair, please adjourn the contest. No, it is up to the contest chair to decide whether they have adjourned or not. If the contest chair does not adjourn and moves away and the next contest starts, you cannot adjourn the previous contest. The contestants or the judges, the voting judges, have the right to protest until the winner is announced in the end. So conference chair has to train the contest chairs to make sure that at the end of every contest, they need to adjourn that particular contest. Wait for the judges to tabulate. Do not hurry up. There might be only 3 minutes given by the contest chair, but as per the rules of TMI, you need to wait until all the judges finish the ballot and provide the results to the ballot counter. Collect the tiebreaker judge ballot personally. You can go to the tiebreaker judge, or the tiebreaker judge can come to you and hand over the ballot to you only, not to the ballot counters. Collect the timer sheet. That is also for the chief judge role. You may signal to the contest chair that he or she can continue and move into a specific area allotted for ballot tabulation. Do not try to delay the contest or disturb the contest. Just go to a different place for making sure that you count the ballots. After the contest, again, when it comes to ballot counters, they receive the tablet sheets. They do all the ballot counting and compare. My job is to compare the 2 or 3 ballot sheets because you have 2 tally counters or 3 tally counters for each contest. Our job is only to compare whether they are exact, and if there are any differences, they should be identified and tallied by the ballot counters and with the ballot counters. Clarify when ballot counters raise any doubts. Do not go and alter the ballot counter sheets. Check timing sheet for disqualifications, if any. And if you find one of the winners mentioned by the ballot counters has been disqualified for time, change the results accordingly, and the next highest scorer will come into the top 3 of the entire results. Do not use tiebreaker ballot till such time there is a tiebreaker for the first, second, or third place winner. Remember this. I don't need to worry if there's a 4th or the 5th place there is a tie. I need to worry about the first, second, and third place winner. And then sometimes the first and second, because the number of contestants in that particular category are only very less, or only less than 3. If there is a tie, check and help the ballot counters tally the sheets again. Tiebreaker sheet should be used only and only if all the ballot counters have shown a tie for a particular place. Request ballot counters to fill in the column and also sign with the name and date before thanking them. They have to sign and they have to put in the date of the contest. In case of a tie, check the tiebreaker voting judge result sheet and mark the scores for first and second and third place positions so that the clear winners emerge. So when you actually take up the sheet for the tiebreaker, you're referring to the tiebreaker voting judge, and you will see out of the 2 people who have gone into a tie, whom has the tiebreaker judge marked at a higher level, and that person gets to be the first, second, or third place position. Fill the notification winner because your role is over. So you'll have to fill up the first, second, and third winner sheet. And then for the remaining positions, use the tiebreaker sheet so that you fill up all the columns of all the winners of the standings in the particular contest. Hand over the envelope to the conference chair or to the person who is organizing the contest. Keep a copy of the results with you or write down in a sheet until the announcement of the results, because there might be an error in the announcement. So if there is an error, please make sure that you intervene.
5 minutes left.
Thank you. After the contest and before the adjournment, eyes and ears open for any protests. Ramesh has already told you what are the elements for protests. In case of protest, request contest chair to withhold. Doubts can be clarified to contest chair or the conference chair, but no announcement about the protest to be made to the audience. Ask the voting judges. Contact the chief coordinator. Arrange to speak to club president or ex-com member if necessary. If protest is on originality, request the judging team to meet at a common place. No announcements to be made about the protest. Be very careful about this. If it is eligibility, that's when you're going to the conference chair. If it is on originality, you're requesting the judging team to come into a common place. Adequate proof should be provided by the contestant or the voting judge who actually lodges the protest. Place the protest before the judging team along with the proof for discussion or for voting. Contestant on whom protest is lodged should also be given the opportunity to explain or to defend why he or she has done it or not done it. Chief Judge is the moderator for the protest. Chief Judge cannot vote. In case of a tie in voting, in case when all the judges vote, still there is a tie. Depend on the tie-breaking judge's vote for a decision. Explain to judging team about the confidentiality. That means they should not discuss about protest anywhere. If protest is upheld, change the order of the winners. And then come to the announcement. Chief Judge to hand over the list of winners, amended winners to contest chair. Explain to contest chair to announce any time disqualification only. No announcement of protests. Wait for the announcements and first of all, be completely satisfied that everything was fine. Destroy the ballot counter sheet, timing sheet, and the winner notification held by you because the contest is over, the winners have been announced, and there is no other thing which can come in for the contest. Keep smiling because you finished your job. No harm in congratulating participants and winners. Do not discuss results or provide opinions about speeches to participants. Catch on to your refreshments, your friends, relax. And you've done a job well, so go home. Not to forget, I hope I was of assistance because Chief Judge job, I feel, is very, very easy. Question and answer time. Thank you so much. I have finished Master of Ceremonies.
Yes. I was just waiting for it to be unmuted. It's okay. It's okay. Still, like, I think what DTM Balaji went and said first is he was expecting 50, but then there was still 100, and now we're at 97. What? District 127 is amazing like that. Could we please have a round of applause? Oh, I'm host also now. Wow. District 127 is amazing like that. Could we please have a round of applause for DTM Balaji, who gave us a wonderful chief judge training as well. Now, without further ado, really for the betterment of time, I hope you guys all enjoyed. We are now in the Q&A segment over here. So can I please have DTM Alex to come back on stage to our virtual lovely meeting room over here? Yes, Toastmaster Faisal, you have a question?
No, So there, David, I've got a few questions with myself here, which I can take. But if Faisal wants to go ahead. I mean, it's not a problem. Has he got a question? Feel free.
Can I please know who's? I don't think I have you on screen right now. I think
Okay.
we have Benzel on stage also on the camera as well. He was the one who's going to be the Q&A moderator as well.
He sent me the questions. So I sort of just,
I have already sent the questions to DTM Alexander.
Yeah, so I've got them. I've got a few questions here. Some of them were answered, whilst DTM's Balaji, Ramesh, and Sharon were giving their presentation. They've been sort of answered. So that's, for instance, the eligibility of the chief judge or of the judge, is clearly given. But we've got some simple and some slightly complicated questions. This can, be answered by anyone. The first one is saying if an online club participants outside the UAE will not be able to participate in the area contest. Is that a question? Yes. So how does an online club participating outside UAE participate in an area contest? I think DTM Maniba, I suppose that person has to attend in person. Is that correct?
I think the question was answered over there in the
Yes.
talk, actually.
So from an area contest onwards, it's an in-person contest. So the person has to attend in person. Another question is, this is for maybe DTM Ramesh, is if the person, this is the person saying that if I'm running for area director, can I be a judge or not? I think, is that DTM Ramesh? Yes, go ahead. You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but somebody has to unmute me. Okay, yeah.
Oh, right,
Sorry.
right.
Yeah.
So
Can you
the
repeat?
panelists have to be unmuted. You have to unmute Balaji and Sharon first and foremost. Yeah.
Why is he holding our mouth shut? Anyway, good. So sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, so this person, as TM Faisal has said, if I'm running for an area director position, can I be a judge, or would that be conflicting with rules and regulations?
As long as you have intention and nominated yourself for that, for judging will not be an issue.
Not an issue. It's the contesting
Not
that's
an
an
issue.
issue.
Yeah, if you are contesting, then you can. Yeah.
Yes. So the other one is by Toastmaster Anuradha. She says, can I participate in our club contest and I be a judge in the same contest for another club?
See, it all depends on the ethics. If you are a contestant, follow the contestant's activities. Unless you are disqualified, you are not selected for the next one, refrain from judging. If you are not selected, if you are not progressed on that, then of course you can go for club level, you can go for the judging. But
yeah,
if you are selected
the same
level
contest
1
for another club, will that be allowed? Sharon, is that
Yes.
Yeah.
As per the rules, yes. Yeah, at the club level, yes.
At the club level, it's possible. Yes, not beyond that, right? Then another question was, which I had as well, in terms of originality. Again, it's for Ramesh. A lot's for judging. DTM Ramesh, for originality, how does one arrive at that 25%? I mean, is there
it is based on the individual. Now, if I am a judge and experienced person knowing a lot of social activities, things like that, if a speaker has quoted, nowadays WhatsApp and all other media have a lot of quotes and unquotes, things happening, which may be suitable for adding to the speeches. So if you find those type of quotations and things that you saw, or you have seen the speakers quoting from another speaker from YouTube and all, the various sources are there. If we can prove that, yes, he has quoted more than 25%, you have to bring with the proof to the chief judge and contest chair, then only that will be upheld by the, that decision will be taken by chief judge whether to call the contestant. If there's a substantial evidence that, yes, it is copied from a source that is even known and convinced to the chief judge, obviously, otherwise there is no purpose. Something we may have, but 25% is that, we can see that at least 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes he has spoken about that particular content within the speech of 7 minutes. Obviously, that is more than 25%.
Fair enough. I mean, I think even that 25%, to be clear, has to be quoted. And if it's, if it's more than the 25%, then it goes into, a protest can come from the one of the judges or the participants themselves.
Participants, contestants only. Contestants or judges can only raise the protests.
Yeah. This is a simple one again. This is for the chief judge. Once the contest is over and the results are declared by the chief judge, is the chief judge obligated to disclose the number of judges involved in the process to anyone, including the contestants? DTM Balaji?
I've already said no. Once the contest is over and the winners announced, just destroy everything, not just by paper, also in your mind, and just go home and sleep.
Absolutely. Thanks for the clarity. Fair enough. Fair enough. Again, Sharon, DTM Sharon has a question for you, DTM Balaji, so I'll read it out for you. I have a question for DTM Balaji with regards to protests. In case of protests, do you wait for the judges to hand over the ballots and then inform them about the protest? Or do we inform them about the protest first, then once decision is made, ask them to send the ballot?
The ballots are counted first. They are taken into account. They are collected. The ballot counters finish all the ballot counting, and then we call the judges for the protest. The reason being simple. While you collect the ballot, you have received the protest. That protest may be for somebody who doesn't stand in the first, second, or the third position. So why do you want to waste your time? So finish the ballot counting, and then if any of these protests pertain to the first, second, or third winner, or the winners whom you're announcing on stage, then get into the protest module.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you don't need to take it into
If
consideration.
somebody has protested and you find that they don't stand in the winner's sheet, which is going to be announced, you can just ignore.
Yeah. We don't have to waste our time unnecessarily.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that makes absolute sense.
Even up to four, if we consider even up to four, probably we can entertain. Because in case
No. Once the ballot counter is finished, you're announcing only the first, second, and third place winners. If in the ballot counting sheet, you find that the protest is not on the 1, 2, and 3 who have stood at the top, you can just ignore it.
Just go ahead.
Okay.
Fair enough. I think this is getting more into the detail of protests and the similarity of speech. Now, this is by TM Vijaya. She said that, two humorous speeches can have a lot of similarities, even if they're not quoting each other's speeches. There's a lot like driving in Dubai, or language barriers, or difficulty in speaking a particular language, or similarities. How does one address that if there is a protest by any chance? I'm sure if there's no protest, you go ahead with it. But if there's a protest, I think DTM Balaji would be best to address that.
I would probably say that, is it your lucky day or is it your unlucky day? Because if somebody has spoken about driving and you also have that same speech coming up, which is of a similar subject, the only thing is you've got 7 minutes to change your speech mentally. Otherwise, it's your unlucky day. So you try to make it slightly different and come on stage and speak. And if you want to protest, you can always protest, but then he or she would be the previous speaker. Maybe the previous speaker might also come and object, saying you might have used something from their speech. So I would say that if it is from the same subject matter, I think a difference in the content is something which gets better scores. So 55%, if you notice, 55% of the ballot sheet is on content. So even if it's the same speech, the same way you deliver, the same type of language, if the content is different because your experience is different than the previous speaker's experience, I think you stand a chance to win.
Absolutely. And even if it's the same topic, the way you present it will be very different. It can be the same driving problem. I've got
Both of them are different, so it cannot be matter of protest.
Yeah, I think, David, you've got a question. You want to say that? Read it out, because in the interest of time, it's better that you say it yourself because you've got a question. Possible,
Yeah,
David?
there are 2 questions on the chat over there. One from Toastmaster Faisal, who asked, I decided to participate in a contest for my club, but I have no intention to compete. The participation is just to add numbers for the club contest. Would that be okay for me to judge on the area level, but not within my same club?
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
So you're saying the person's put his name for the contest because, increasing number of participants, but he would, to add the numbers, but is it okay for me to be a judge at that area level? So, yeah.
This is what you call, as integrity, respect, service, excellence comes here. It's all individual ethics, we call it. If you are intent to contest, avoid judging as much as possible. If you intend to judge, avoid contesting as much as possible. That is what the simple logic I think we should apply. Don't put your both legs in both ships, then you will end up tiring yourself. So it doesn't look like as an individual.
Yeah,
So, it's an individual fault.
Absolutely correct. Don't participate if you want to be a judge. at that area level. So that's really the best advice possible.
All right, thank you so much. And the last question from the chat is from DTM Harish. To DTM Ramesh, my view on the question, if I am a contestant who has not qualified for the next round, technically I can judge the same contest in other area/division, but ethically I should not be judging. What are your views? DTM Harish's question.
This is what we just spoken about, So you should be in one ship. You decide yourself whether you want to contest. If you're a contestant, avoid being a judge. Or if you're a judge, avoid being a contestant. That is what ethics all about. So that it will not kill anybody's interest. Okay, even probably one of the contestants may be part of your contest group who has come forward for next to you area level, and you are part of the judge. Probably that speaker might have some vested interest saying that he has been a partner in my crime of winning, and he is judging. Because he might underestimate. I mean, so avoid that. Avoid that silly issues. Which
But,
unfortunately
yeah,
unnecessary you just will be indulging in.
You're correct. Follow the rule book to the hilt. It does give some leniency at the club level. Thereafter, it gets stricter and stricter. So follow that to the hilt. DTM Sharon, a simple one. Who selects the table topics for the table topics contest?
I think in the rule book it says, DTM Balaji, correct me if I am wrong, it's the chief judge who brings it, or no?
Rule book says contest chair, the particular contest chair.
And that also, not contest master, contest chair.
The contest chair, yeah, the main contest chair.
Not contest master.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the contest chair. The one
But it turns, but my view is like, doesn't it become a little tricky because they know the people, and the chief judge is a person who we are calling from outside.
I don't know anybody in a contest. Sorry.
No,
Even if the best friends of mine are contesting, I will pick up topics which I'm supposed to pick up, and I keep it confidential unless the contest starts.
Okay.
Now, 2 minutes remaining.
Another point I want to highlight here is, chief judge has no role except contest chair who want to take an opinion from chief judge. Judge, I have this topic. How do you feel? Whether it is affecting the sex, religion, politics in this area. Do you want to have any choice? Maybe, but chief judge has no role in that. But it has, as a consultation, as a senior individual, as a contest chair, probably he can take an opinion, but not a decision from the chief judge. And for chief judge, of course, if need be there, whatever topics taken by the contestant, as just DTM Balaji said, he may pick up one of that and give it to the contestant if need be. The contest chair himself can hand over to the contest master.
And again, only and only if the contest chair requests the chief judge to pick up a topic. Otherwise, there is no rule which says, sorry, you should have asked me to pick up the topic. All that is gone now.
Chief judge has no role in that, yes.
There are one or two questions have come up. I just can't read them. I think one was for Dylan. Dylan, can we unmute Dylan and he can ask the question?
Yeah, thank you, DTM Alex. So one of the things which I want to raise to Sharon, when it comes to contest management, there are some contests which shoot master would be there. So I believe that shoot master also should be advised on to say no flash photography and no moving in front of the stage while the contest is going on, because that might be a distraction to the contestants. So why I'm raising this question, because last year at the division, there was a situation at the evaluation contest, there was a photographer who was moving in front of the stage. So I believe that the instruction has to be given to the photographer as well.
Well, yes, I do agree. And one role that I missed out during my speech was that the master of ceremony also. So those were the two things. This is something that you have highlighted. It's very valid, actually. Even club level, when they're giving project speeches, you can find, because in the interest of making reels and taking the photographs, they come and stand in front of them. The audience are also not able to see the speakers, so it's kind of a distraction. Earlier we used to have the sergeant at arms tell that please don't move. Right now our focus is not on the speeches but on the videos that we take. So sometimes we end up having these problems. Definitely, thank you, Dylan, for bringing it up.
Good question. Yeah.
Thanks. And
I
DTM
think-
Ramesh, one for yourself from Mibin. It came earlier, I missed it. I have a question for DTM Ramesh. Could you please provide an example of how the tabulating of total score in a contest in 1 minute? Can you just tabulating? I think just you have covered it.
Yes. Now we give mark according to the scales mentioned for each segment of the speech criteria. You scale from 20 to up to 20 maximum. Then 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 is the maximum score that you can give based on the performance of that particular speech development or organizing speech or all those criteria. So you give it each contestant below, those numbers will be appearing. And end of the total, you calculate how many marks totally gained from each, considering each area of the criteria that you are given. And that is the tabulation you add to that and put in the total column, that last column before the tear up portion there. You will get the ranking of individual as you mark total up.
Ramesh, I think he was asking about within 1 minute. I don't think I'll be able to total. So in case, in 1 minute you cannot total, it's fine. At the end of the contest, you have time to total. So don't worry.
Yeah, and exactly. You give the marks, you totaling at the end of the contest, you can, before handing,
Correct.
You can do it.
Yeah, DTM Balaji has mentioned that you will be given 3 minutes, but TMI has specifically mentioned DTM chief judge will signal until the last ballot is collected. So even if you take extra few minutes, that is okay, no problem, because everybody is not proficient mathematicians to calculate it. But you take your own time, but as quickly as possible, if you do it, then chief judge will be relieved from the contest for that particular segment. But do not take much of the time. 3 minutes is allotted time.
Thank you. DTM Saro has a question. I have to take this. Suppose a club contest is organized by the VP Education of the club and doesn't appoint a contest chair as such. So who would bring the table topics? Contest master?
No, if it is organized by, shall I answer it?
Yes, please, DTM Ramesh.
If it is organized by VP Education, that itself shows that he or she is the contest chair.
Absolutely.
She has to organize the topics. And obviously, if it is organized, that will be approved by the president of the club. So that is normal scenario. I will tell you normal scenario in the club. VP Education should be the contest chair. Area PQD is the contest chair. Division PQD used to be the contest chair. And in the district PQD select the contest detect chair, like what we select. So these are the criteria we follow. And all others were appointed as contest masters. But as Balaji mentioned, in this world, I think this is entirely different. So I think it's a right decision that we are going to have is the VP Education, if he's assigned as, or any senior Toastmaster from the club assigned as a contest chair, that will be the selection, topic will be selected by them.
DTM Nelson has a question for everyone. Kindly explain the rule of cross-reference.
Balaji would like to answer that.
Cross-referencing in terms of the speech or cross-referencing in terms of voting, in terms of ballots, what is it?
Yeah, Nelson, could you come on and explain that, your question? It'd be nice.
In terms of
Nelson, please.
Nelson, please come on the stage.
No, I just want everybody to know the importance of cross-referencing to the previous speaker, the rule. It was just to explain to everybody. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I think I will answer that. The cross-referencing means, now occasionally probably those who listen to me has just heard that I was using, like DTM Sharon mentioned, DTM Balaji was mentioning my name. Such type of reference, even included in the speech, one word or one sentence is tantamount to be disqualification. That is what cross-referencing means in terms of speech disqualification. Yes. If you are looking for the cross-reference for the protest, then case of
absolutely. You can't refer to any other person's speech. Obviously, you would do it for a speech before yours. So you can't say, refer to a joke into that or a story or, no reference to it at all. It's completely prohibited. It was a practice, say, a couple of years back and people enjoyed it, but no longer so. TMI has completely prohibited it. Thanks for that, DTM.
I agree, but my question again I know it's just for knowledge for everybody. If somebody cross-references, are they to be disqualified by the chief judge, or does the chief judge need to wait for a protest that somebody has referenced it? Yes, Ramesh?
Sorry, it cannot be. The protest can only be raised by the judges and the contestants.
So nobody has
chief
the right to disqualify a contestant other than the originality and the eligibility. So if somebody feels that there is a cross-referencing, it has to come as a protest.
Absolutely. And it has to be proven with the sufficient source of information.
Absolutely.
That is, substantial information has to be justified to the chief judge.
Fair.
I think we have a question from Toastmaster Swetha. Let me put it across.
And I see DTM Harish also raising his hand. So if there's a question, please go ahead.
Yeah. Toastmaster.
Yes, just a caveat. Just a caveat here regarding the cross-referencing. It is clearly mentioned in the rule book, the cross-referencing of a fellow contestant. I can refer anyone else, but not the contestants. So it has to be very clear.
Absolutely. Contestant in the contest, yes.
That is exactly we are speaking about. We are talking about cross-referencing a contestant or cross-referencing a contestant's speech. Nothing else.
Yes.
In that
same
contest, so
contest,
it has to be a
same
previous
segment.
speaker.
For the previous speaker.
We have exceeded our time.
I think one final clarification. DTM Alex, one final clarification.
Go ahead.
Toastmaster Swetha was asking, can the club contest be hybrid and physical and hybrid? What is the decision from the district? I think it is purely physical attendance. Participant outside the club member outside the country participate in the contest as online. One, while the physical contest on, and one of the contestants is outside the country, can he or she participate in the contest as hybrid?
No.
In the club level?
From area level, no.
No,
Area level,
asking
no,
about the
club
club level.
Club level they can. No? Club level, I think PQD has announced it's only area and above.
It's yes.
Yes.
So it is allowed.
Area level onwards is physical. From
Yeah.
club level, according to the TMI, there is no more hybrid contest happening. They have completely avoided the hybrid contest concept. The club can either go for online contest or for physical contest, and according to the winners of the contest, they can go to the area level and from the onwards division and district. But TMI has actually announced hybrid is no more encouraged.
I know the timer is saying time up, but Alex will not have his dinner if he doesn't take this last question. Saru has posted something on the chat.
Yeah, I think DTM Saru, why don't you speak yourself, because I'll have to struggle to get this. Go ahead, unmute DTM Saru.
She was clarifying actually.
Yeah, no, this was one of the slides which was said that the protest is raised by the voting judge and the contestants to the chief judge and the contest chair, and not the contest master, because I know there is a different definition for the contest chair and the contest master. Usually when I am the contest master, I am the one who's reading out the rules that the protest will be addressed to the chief judge and me as the contest master. But I'm checking is one of the slides, it is written as contest chair. So I just want to clarify, it is a contest chair and the chief judge, or it is the contest master also is there? Is
No, it is the contest master and the chief judge.
Okay, it's not the contest chair then.
No,
right?
contest chair is the person who organizes the contest in full. It is the contest master who is conducting the particular contest, and the protest for that contest has to be coming to the contest master and or to the chief judge.
Yes, right. Thanks. Because the slide said contest chair, because now we are defining it separately. So I just wanted to bring
Balaji, one clarification. Is it not the contest chair, not the contest master, no?
No, contest,
Contest
Ramesh,
master.
contest chair was in our earlier language. Now that has
Yes.
been changed to contest chair is the person who organizes a particular contest, like the VP education, but a contest master is the one who is conducting a particular contest.
So it should be contest master, huh?
Contest
The protest
master.
should be contest master and the chief judge. Okay.
So DTM Balaji, you should be addressing, if someone is speaking, it'll be like respected judges, contest master, and fellow members of the audience, right? Not contest.
Absolutely.
Okay. That
So,
clarifies it for everyone now.
Yeah, I think with that, I think we can close the discussion and the Q&A. Thank you so much, DTM.
You can have your dinner today.
Absolutely, absolutely. DTM, thank you so much, DTM Balaji, DTM Ramesh, DTM Sharon, and over to David to take it over.
Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. That was an amazing panel discussion over there. Thank you to all the wonderful trainers who came on board and the amazing people who stayed on over here, all 73 of you. I don't have much to go around as an MC. I just have to say thank you to District 127 for giving me this opportunity to be your MC for this first judges training over here. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I've been in Toastmasters for 4 years, and this is one of the most productive sessions I've had, and really appreciate it. So without further ado, I'd like to hand the stage over to our Program Quality Director, DTM Muniba, to close off this segment over here. DTM Muniba, where are you? There you are. So the stage is at last yours over here.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. As DTM Balaji said, everyone is waiting for that final slide of your presentation to go home and have tea. So without much ado, I would love to thank everyone. And Toastmaster Wenzel, are we ready with the certificates?
Yes, but the background needs to be changed for so Zoom Master, if you can change immersive. Perfect.
Thank you, District, once again for having done the training with us. We say reaching out for knowledge is personal, but sharing your knowledge is transformational. Thank you, DTM Sharon, a bestie I got without being in the same uni. Thank you for being with us, for sharing your knowledge with us. And thank you, DTM Ramesh Menon, whom I always address as Sir. You have been the guide to District 127. Thank you so much for giving out your knowledge to us. And to Sir DTM Balaji, as Dr. Sattar said, our big B, our big brother, for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you for being with us today, in spite of being in India. You gave us a time from your schedule. And sailing around the world is with the whales, storms, pirates, and scurvy, and besides being seasick, it's scary. But if you know your captain, it immediately feels like an adventure. That's how you made me feel. Thank you, District Judge DTM Alex Tharyan, for chairing this training. And these trainings here wouldn't have been so graceful if it wasn't for our role players and dedicated trainers. So for role players, our Surgeon at Arms, Swetha, I'm happy that your exciting energy and enthusiasm could be ours today. And what do you say? One man and more than 100 viewers. The session felt nothing less than an Oscars online. Well, who else could pull this out other than the exuberant young man than our MC Toastmaster David? Thank you. A big round of applause for you. And our diligent timer, our lovely Gazel, watching the watch and being in control of the lights. In spite of that, talking aloud of the timings. Thank you for taking your time so that we could finish on time. Thank you, Gazel. And thank you, the Tech Genies. Proud to have you as a District IT team, Toastmaster Mibin and Toastmaster Deepal, for being our Zoom masters for today's event. And to our adorable District Director, Dr. Abdul Sattar, CGD, Harish, PRM Wenzel, our District Admin Manager, Pragnya. We all pulled together a good training. And finally, to all my lovely audience, you are the real stars, the constellation of 127. Thank you for being here and thank you for attending the training. That's all. We can stop the recording. Thank you so much.